It's incredibly messed up what's going on with Nerve, how they're all, watching everything. They're taking away the privacy, which is why the theme of the importance of privacy is so significant in the book. It's so emphasized in it. It's talking about how dangerous it can be to put so much information online. I mean, at the end of the book, this is very different from the movie. At the end of the book, yes, V and Ian, they're free from Nerve. They've run out. They've gotten free from that grand prize room, which they literally could not get out of. Nerve trapped them there. They were gonna have a big old story for their watchers. They had a huge public. They weren't gonna have anything bad happen. Okay, they weren't gonna let anything go wrong. Of course, it did go wrong. They got free, but that's besides the point. The thing that happened was because of them not thinking, okay, a game that gives all these potential prizes and everything, maybe we should not decide to do that. Yes, they wouldn't have met, but they would not have lost their privacy, which is so important. At the end of the book, like during the epilogue, the watchers are everywhere. They're just enjoying their lives. They're free from Nerve. They're done with Nerve. They have stopped doing Nerve after they found out the horrendous things Nerve has done. But still, the watchers are caring about everything. They're like, oh my gosh, me and Ian, can I take a selfie? Can I take a picture? Oh my gosh, do something great, whatever. And they do their best. One of the things in the book that they say is, um, desperate people on the internet, they're not going to get as much popularity or fame. No one's interested in desperation, so that's what they try to do to avoid it. But it still happens all the time. They go on their daily runs. Someone's gonna find them. Some watcher is gonna go ahead and interrogate them, investigate them. Well, okay, that sounds more like the watchers could actually do that. It's more them just finding them, which is again just as bad. But yeah, it's really crazy how the privacy. Yes, they had their privacy before. That's what's so good about the book. It says it's like you can't reverse your mistakes. You get something that really takes away your privacy, it's over. Over. Yes, you might have more privacy than you did before when you were involved and engaged in everything, but it's not the same. You do not have your privacy anymore. You do not have your identity anymore. It is gone. These people you don't even know, they don't know you, they are going to be watching you. They are going to be on your every move, watching you. I mean, of course, it's like what Snowden says, what's going on now. But that's what the thing is. That's what it's trying to say, where it's like, they chose this. Obviously, we didn't, but they chose this whole thing, which is really crazy and everything. Another thing that's really makes the book much better than the movie is this whole thing. At the end, she's communicating with Nerve Vias. She's like, okay, after this, if you have us kill each other with all the weapons and the guns and everything, everyone, preparing to shoot someone, if you do this, no one will play the game again. And Nerve communicates because the Nerve is the anonymous people. They're not gonna actually vocalize anything, and they're not gonna tell their watchers what they're saying. So they have these um, kind of projectors, teleprompters, and everything, and they communicate by saying anyone, anything, any possible thing that can have a winner will have a winner. Someone's going to get involved. It doesn't matter what the stakes are, what they have to do. Someone's going to do it, and it's really messed up. I mean, at the end, you just find out how insane Nerve is. They have the police involved. You think, okay, fine. Finally the police are here. They're gonna fix things. Not even close. They are in on it. They're not gonna do anything. Yeah, they keep, in the end of the book, at the epilogue, they keep on trying to find a way to end nerve, to tell as many people as they can of the dangers of nerve. Nothing. Um, Maybe some people, but you see, it's not really successful, even though they're trying so hard. It's these themes. It's very relevant to today, and it just makes you really, appreciate that there's actually some kind of media that's talking about this. That's like, okay, let's not think, oh yeah, the internet is perfect. There's nothing wrong with putting everything about yourself online. No, it's gonna bite you in the butt. It's not a good idea. So that's the end of my rant about the theme. But I would say one aspect of the book that was improved in the movie adaptation was the dares. Reading the book, the dares were pretty good. I would say the dares were pretty good while you were reading them. That's what I think is interesting in the book. It keeps you engaged, even though these things that are going on aren't particularly engaging if you're looking for it as a form of just entertainment. If you're just, looking at it, I mean, yes, it's a book. You're gonna read it for some form of entertainment, whether you like to read nonfiction or fiction. It's gonna happen. But the fact of the matter is, that it keeps you engaged. But what they do is these dares are kind of bland, I'd say, and it definitely made sense why the filmmakers changed these dares. Like, for example, um, in the movie, she first had to kiss a stranger. Could have been any stranger. Like in the movie, she at first is about to kiss this, who knows, 40, 50-year-old fat man. I mean, and she's 17 years old. That's pretty messed up, I'd say. And that's just the first dare. Then she has to go to the city with this random stranger that she kissed. And yes, he's playing nerve too, but that's pretty messed up. And she doesn't go with her friend. Her friend is right there. Tommy is right there with her. And she's like, okay, whatever. So it's really, they have one where it's go on a ladder of a crazy high apartment building, because instead of being in Seattle like it was in the book, this is in New York City. Makes sense. They're not going to shoot in Seattle, will they? But it's just so intense, the kind of dares they do. She has to get a tattoo. They have to go to 60 miles per hour blindfolded. It makes sense why they would change this for the movie, because it engages people. It makes people think, oh yeah, this is really engaging. I feel like if they just kept the dares, first of all, if they kept the dares that were in the book, I'm not going to go into detail, but I'd say it's more likely the movie would have been rated R. It's definitely not what a 17-year-old should be doing at all. So I'd say that's at least one of the reasons why they should change it. But also, you have to engage the audience. It's very different between the book audience and the movie audience, and the filmmakers saw that, and I think that was a pretty good idea. But one aspect of the story that I liked better in the book was their backstory. That's part of what I had mentioned with the characters themselves. Who are they and everything like that. Like for V's backstory, so you find out why her parents are always guarding her and everything. The fact is, so one time she was practicing lines with Sydney, and she goes in a car, she parks in the garage. She's super exhausted. No, she's not feeling down on herself, she's not feeling suicidal. She honestly is just tired. She falls asleep, collapses, and she gets carbon monoxide poisoning, as you'd expect, and her parents are all freaked out. That's why they've grounded her. She finally is able to be free, and then she gets trapped with nerve. It's honestly pretty terrible. She's finally free, but then it doesn't really work out. And then, as I had said, for Ian, it's his dad had abused him. We only find out at the end, but it's pretty crazy and interesting. So yeah, so the movie, The Dares, and then for the book, the backstory, very interesting. Um, and yeah, uh,